Hello from the Forgotten Parts of DC. This was the opening to a speech to inform the DC government about the current shelter conditions in DC. This was held at the Wilson Building last week in DC and was one of a number of hearings over current shelter conditions in DC. The speaker was a female social worker who had been working recently with a lot of clients to get testimony and facts about the current shelter conditions in DC. She gave her presentation and also gave recommendations for what to do about the current shelter conditions in DC. Her speech was very well organized, which made it very powerful. She gave a very large list of different things that were both wrong and could be improved in the shelter system. She both cited examples from a factual standpoint as well as from certain testimony that had been given by other clients. It was a very impressive display of research, and it was very well presented, as it didn't fly all around the place, but rather kept very much to the point. While this fact gathering was very useful, this also contributed to one of the speech's major downfalls, which was the fact that it was a bit too long. Unfortunately, because of the testimony schedule of this council, all speeches could be about 5 minutes long. While most speeches went a bit over this, unfortunately her speech went a few minutes over this, and unfortunately they had to tell her to stop short because she did have a lot more evidence to bring forth, but she couldn't, so she had to wrap it up rather quickly. While this was one of the major downfalls of the speech, it still had one major thing going for it, and that was the combination of both factual data as well as testimony from clients. This meant that she could start off the speech with very powerful factual information, using it as data statistics, and using this to further her case as to why this has to change and why the DC shelters are not in a good state currently. But after that, she then moved to testimony from clients, explaining their own personal experiences, which made this not only a matter of fact speech, but also created a very personal link with the community and with the council. This shows how her speech was more effective because it was not just a simple fact-gathering mission, but rather it showed how it actually affected people, and this made it a very, very powerful speech.